The serenity of Baisaran Valley, nicknamed Mini Switzerland for its lush meadows and snow-capped peaks, was shattered on April 22, 2025. A horrifying terrorist attack claimed the lives of 27 innocent people. Among them were 25 Hindu tourists, a Christian tourist, and a local Muslim guide. The group was enjoying the breathtaking scenery when an explosion ripped through the valley, leaving behind a scene of carnage and chaos. The attack sent shockwaves through India and plunged the region into a state of high alert. The Resistance Front, a known militant group operating in the region, initially claimed responsibility for the attack. However, they later retracted their statement, adding another layer of confusion and mystery to the already volatile situation. Regardless of who was behind the attack, the blame game began almost immediately. India pointed fingers at Pakistan, accusing them of harboring and supporting terrorist groups operating within their borders. Pakistan vehemently denied any involvement, calling the accusations baseless and counterproductive. The attack reignited old wounds and deep-seated mistrust between the two nuclear-armed neighbors. The incident became a flashpoint, pushing the two countries dangerously close to the brink of war. The idyllic image of mini Switzerland was replaced with images of grieving families and heavily armed soldiers patrolling the streets. The attack on Pahalgam was not just an assault on innocent lives, it was an attack on the very idea of peace and normalcy that the people of Kashmir yearned for. The aftermath of the Pahalgam attack saw a flurry of diplomatic activity, or rather the opposite of it. Both India and Pakistan engaged in a war of words, each accusing the other of using the tragedy for their own political gain. India wasted no time in launching a diplomatic offensive. They expelled Pakistani diplomats, recalled their own from Islamabad, and slammed the brakes on visa services. Borders were sealed, effectively cutting off trade and travel between the two countries. In a move that sent ripples through the international community, India also withdrew from the Indus Waters Treaty, a decades-old agreement on water sharing that had survived wars and previous standoffs. To further isolate Pakistan, India urged its citizens to leave Pakistan immediately and advised against any travel to the country. Pakistan countered these measures with its own set of retaliatory actions. They expelled Indian diplomats, suspended the Shimla Agreement, and imposed trade restrictions on India. The Kartarpur Corridor, a visa-free border crossing that allowed Indian Sikhs to visit a sacred shrine in Pakistan, was one of the few diplomatic lifelines that remained open. As diplomatic efforts sputtered and stalled, tensions on the line of control, the de facto border dividing the disputed region of Kashmir, reached boiling point. What started as sporadic skirmishes and small arms fire quickly escalated into a full-blown military confrontation. On May 7, 2025, the conflict reached a terrifying new level. India launched airstrikes targeting several locations inside Pakistan, claiming to have targeted terrorist training camps. Pakistan retaliated, denying the presence of any such camps and claiming to have shot down Indian fighter jets. The skies over Kashmir were filled with the roar of fighter jets and the thunder of explosions. The use of heavy artillery by both sides resulted in civilian casualties, adding another tragic dimension to the conflict. The conflict forced the closure of 27 airports across India, leading to the cancellation of over 430 flights and stranding thousands of passengers. Pakistan also closed key airports, throwing air travel in the region into complete disarray. International airlines were forced to reroute flights, adding hours to travel times and causing widespread disruption. The fear was palpable, not just along the border, but across both nations and beyond. As the India-Pakistan standoff escalated, the international community watched with growing alarm. The United Nations issued urgent calls for restraint and dialogue, urging both sides to step back from the brink. Neighboring countries, including Iran, China, and Bangladesh, echoed these sentiments, emphasizing the need for a peaceful resolution. The United States, while expressing support for India's right to self-defense, also issued a Level 4 do not travel warning for Jammu and Kashmir, highlighting the volatile security situation. The United Kingdom and Russia followed suit, issuing travel advisories against all but essential travel to Pakistan. Despite the heightened tensions and the very real possibility of further escalation, there were glimmers of hope amidst the darkness. Prominent voices from both India and Pakistan, including actors, musicians, and athletes, took to social media to appeal for peace. They reminded their followers that war was not the answer and that dialogue was the only way forward. The outpouring of support for peace from ordinary citizens on both sides of the border offered a powerful reminder that even in the darkest of times, hope for a better future can prevail.